very, very happy to have as my guest. On my immediate left is Carol Hart, who is the director of the museum, and on her left is Linda Evans, the community historian. Ladies, thanks so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You mentioned that this is the 30th production of the O. Henry plays. This is also your 33rd year as a community historian, and unfortunately, I understand it's going to be your last. You are retiring, is that right?
It is. It's pretty funny. When I interview, and I've played many roles at the museum, but when I learned about the job, I thought, well, how much can you learn about local history? How much can that be? Well, it's endless, because it's Greensboro's connection to American history and to the world. And it's just been a great experience.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you, I grew up here in Greensboro and have been going to the museum ever since then, and still remember the old horse-drawn fire engine was one of the main things that we saw back in those days. But I'm sure over your 33 years, you've seen a lot of changes and a lot of exciting things happen at the museum. Reminisce a little bit for us and tell us about some of those things that and some of the changes you've seen.
Well, history isn't set in stone,
right.
And so that same wonderful General Green fire engine has just played different roles during the year, and it's moved throughout the building, and now it's part of a Welcome to the Gate City exhibition, Greensboro in the early 1900s. I just heard myself saying Greensboro instead of Greensboro, which is something that natives do, you know. But that's right, yeah. That's right. Yeah. We are blessed with an amazing collection. And what historians do and what museum folks do is think about objects in new and different ways. And so as before, there's still the power of the object and looking at something and going, wow. But then the stories change and how we show things change. Instead of just a collection of objects, we tie them to contemporary stories and contemporary history. How has it changed? Well, there's some things that I miss, but then there's always the new thing that I'm kind of excited about. I'd be hard-pressed to pick a favorite object, but I can say this. I've worked there 33 years. I walk through the museum every day, and I either relearn something that I knew before, or look at something in a different way, or learn something from watching visitors experience their visit. So I don't know, it just keeps on going.
Well, among the many other things, it's a great walk down memory lane. I know for people like myself who grew up here, just to walk through there and see some of the things that are on exhibit that take us back to the 40s and even before, it's incredible.
It is fun. Yeah. And the bunks from the World War II base, or objects from O. Henry's childhood, or a high-wheeled bicycle, or things from, Greensboro's always been concerned about clean water and public safety, and so we have, and merchants being fair to us. So in an early part of the Voices exhibit, we have measuring cups to make sure, merchants had to make sure they were selling the right amount. We have part of a wooden water pipe that supplied water downtown, an early police badge. Some of those themes just echo over time.